Welcome back here, 523 right now. So in 2014, Washington voters approved Initiative 1351, requiring smaller class sizes in every grade level. Yet lawmakers voted to delay implementation of this by 4 additional years, so this wouldn't start until 2019.
And so that means most of our children, those in grades 4 through 12, will continue to be packed into some of the most overcrowded classrooms in the country. Alexander Lewis showing us how class size affects your child and what you can do as a parent to combat the disadvantages presented by overcrowded classes.
Raise your hand if you struggled with math in school. I know I did, and so does Shalu, Adam Harris's son.
Since 7th grade, been in a math class with sometimes 40 other students. The classrooms are too full. They just are.
In 2015, the average class size for K through 3 was over 25 students. The law says it should be 15 to 17. Grades 4 through 12 stands at 28 students per class. The law calls for no more than 23.
I've heard of colleagues, they don't have enough desks, enough chairs, enough books. Those are the basics, let alone how do you get around and give individualized attention to every student who needs it.
We know the last time national class sizes were ranked in 2013, Washington came in at a dismal 47th when it comes to the highest number of students enrolled per teacher ratio. Voters decided smaller class sizes for all students should be the law, but the legislature decided to only address K through 3.
It's a good start, it's just not enough. You certainly are still going to have kids fall through the cracks if your only focus is K through 3.
Some parents and teachers like I-1351 advocate Shalu and Pam Cruz were hoping class size would be addressed again when the legislature put more money into education this summer, but instead the measure remains stalled and unchanged.
Some legislators like to say, oh, we funded McCleary. I'm like, no, you made a down payment, you made a start, but the fact that we had to take you to court to even get you to that point, you need to actually make a full-term investment.
But the truth is, research is notoriously mixed surrounding class sizes of secondary grades, and parents aren't always the biggest advocates of this. It's usually the teachers.
Is the class size large? It is, but these teachers are fantastic, and they work really hard to accommodate all the kids.
I've actually never had a parent comment to me about class size. It's never been a concern for theirs. I'm a huge advocate of small class sizes because we can really make a bigger impact.
Ask almost any teacher and they'll tell you the smaller the class size, the more attention each student gets. It's a competitive advantage wealthy families know all too well.
If you grab any brochure or pamphlet from a private school or a four-year university, on page 1 is their student-to-teacher ratio. And so if class size matters for kids in private schools in Washington State, it should matter for kids in public schools as well.
While Shalu was able to get a math tutor for her son, that's not the economic reality of every family. Teachers say to take advantage of free tutoring and study programs most schools offer and get involved inside those classrooms. Finally, educators say they can't fight this fight on their own.
Reach out to the school district, talk to your teachers, talk to your principals, let your voice be heard.
We can't wait 2 years, 4 years, 6 years, 10 years for the legislature to finally do their job.
At least for now, class sizes and the hopes of these passionate advocates are left in the balance.
We cannot expect people to climb out of poverty without the tools to do so.
The new state budget does address class size by calling for a special work group to recommend whether to phase in class size reductions and increase school staffing. But, it's still unclear what will happen with Initiative 1351 in 2019 or ever. That's because while some Democrats want to implement and revive even more of Initiative 1351, a number of Republicans want to repeal it altogether, saying we simply don't have the money.